What is up, YouTube? What is up, Insomnia Gang? We are here with the What dance practice from Dreamcatcher today. We will be analyzing the full choreography from a dancer's perspective, and I'm very excited, as always. Dreamcatcher choreos are always fire. Their synchronization, always on point. There's always so much to dive into. So we've got a lot to talk about today. We did the What music video reaction last week, so if you missed that, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. So if you missed that, that's over there. And then, like I said, we are deep diving the whole Dreamcatcher discography, all the music videos, all the choreographies, all of the songs. So those are all in the Dreamcatcher reactions playlist if you're new here. So we got the choreography today, and then next week we will do the listening party for both of the Escape the Era and Alone in the City, I believe the albums are called. So we'll be doing the listening party for both of those, as well as any special videos included. I know Wonderland has one. You can let me know in the comments if there's some other ones. I know there are, but I already forgot which ones you told me. So you can tell me again in the comments here to make sure that I include them all in next week's video. But for now, let's get into this choreography. That head throwback right from the beginning, the drama. And I do love this intro instrumental. Oh. So many cool formations already. They're really doing a lot with them. Super intricate with the hands there. I wish this was a little bit of resolution so we could see it better. Yuhyun looks so good in that outfit. Why is she doing all that for dance practice? It's distracting me. Yes. Like, all these formation changes are so seamless. Ooh, the chest pops there. All the hair flips, extra drama. I like that they changed up the chorus from the first one. Usually the first two choruses are the same.
검은 구름들이 날 뒤덮어도 계속 보이는 건 너야. 왜 잡을 수 없는 걸까? 날 흔들어줘.
Yes, the whip into that outro instrumental. Jimmy was working that. And then finishing with the head throwback too. Ooh. Dang, they ate that up. Their choreographies never disappoint. What really, really impressed me the most through this one was the formations. Like, there's a lot of impressive things, and we'll go over all of them. But the formations was the big one for me. They had so many different ones, and they used each formation to the max. Like, it wasn't just like they were in different formations to be in a different spot. They were in these different formations to actually use the full effect of the shapes that they were making. And we see that through like a lot of different domino effects, a lot of different like mirroring stuff, again, which we'll go through. And then the way that they change formations, which they always do, they do it so seamlessly. It's like they're in one formation. It's not like they just walk to another one. They just like transition perfectly while still dancing, and you like don't even notice it, and they're suddenly in a different formation. And that's always like one of the marks of a really good choreo for me. And then I also appreciated through the different formations, they always, unless there was a reveal moment, they always kept the back person in a window, which is just nice to do. When groups don't do it, it bothers me. So always like to appreciate when you can see everybody. But yeah, this is a good choreography. What Yukon just likes to kill me for literally no reason. Why is she doing all of this? Why is she in all that for a dance practice? Like, can we? Why? But they all look amazing as usual. Let's just get into this for the second watch because I know I've got lots to say and we cannot be here forever. So let's just get into it. Like I said, the head throwback to start it off. This instrumental intro is one of my favorites from them. Like the song as a whole, I said like in the music video, it's not like in my top Dreamcatcher songs, but this intro portion as the instrumental comes in, it's one of my favorites, and they really bring up the drama of it with the choreo even more. Like it made me love it even more. I always love a head throwback moment. I think it adds a lot of extra drama, of course. And then Yuhan is just like a little bit too tall here, so she goes down a little bit slower than everybody else. And she's in heels too, so that also doesn't help. But otherwise, their synchronization's always good. This is amazing. So, okay. Yeah, so it's each other's hand in front of the person in front of them on their face. And what I always say about the open hand is it's an attention grabber. So having the face turned and then having the open hand from behind in front of it, it just draws like extra attention. And it gives this really cool effect, especially because they're fanning as well. So like you have the open like sideways hand, like it's kind of a fan position on its own, and then everyone also fans out with their actual bodies. So it's just like this double effect. And like I said, they're making the absolute most of this formation here. And then coming to the side, wrapping around, all perfect timing with it. It's easy for stuff like this to look messy if not everyone is going like at the exact same intervals, and it looks so good. Like I actually really like how they cross over in the same direction, because like you would think starting here, like since they're going out this way, that they would continue the circle this way and then meet up. But I actually like that they crossed over and went this way. It just like there's something cool about it, like going up and over them, and then everyone else comes into it. And then they do this with it too. Again, using that formation to the fullest. And then again, seamless transition into this next one. And then seamless transition into the V. And then this is great too. Like I love how they all like they get into this new formation here, and then as they bring it down, that outside melts down. See, again, using each formation to the most. Like they are doing it all. The up and down, like the asymmetrical moments, the playing with the levels. That's a really good, this is a really good example of one of those formation transitions that I'm talking about. So like we're in these 3 lines, we come out, and then boom, like just one little pivot on the foot, and we're in this new formation. Playing with the levels a little bit here, and then Ju having her arms all the way out too, it just adds some more like space and shape to it, just taking up all the space on that low level since she's one of the only people there. It just adds some interest to the center spot. Again, that open hand. Ooh, and the hands on the neck. This is really nice. Like we have this like slower part right here, like just this wave, and then to the side, attention goes on Gahyun, and there's a pause, and then it's these really quick, sharp movements, just like 1, 2, 3, and there's a lot of contrast there from the slow movement and then the pause, so it just makes that extra impactful. I just really like this position on, I believe this is Handong over here. I like the extension through the hip, like that pointed, like her being on the heel, in the heels, like this toe is extra pointed and her leg is so perfectly straight. The angle here is just really nice and really extended. Like she just looks like it's just the best that you can do this pose, and it's very satisfying to me, just her form. I'm a gymnast at heart, so. Yeah, super intricate with the hands here. And it starts from here, really, as they come here, and then they do this like slow grab finger by finger. Draws the attention to the center, and then brings it right up. Like I said, I wish the resolution was a little bit higher so that we could see their hands a little bit better. Like Gahyun, like her hands are just disappeared against the exposure. But we got this little windmill going on. And then I like how everyone's framed like above their head, and then Xian in the center is framing below. So she's really framing her face as she's the one singing, just emphasizing herself as the center there. Yeah, so they got a little of this going on. And then from what I can tell, again, this is blurry, but like as they've been doing all this, the fingers have been together, and then they come out, open hands again. Again, the difference in the attention, where that draws the eyes. When they've been doing this, like especially for Xian, it's really like drawing the attention to her face above her hands because it's being framed. And the hands are like very linear. And then as she pulls them out to the side, like your attention really gets drawn to the hand itself, and then they're framing her face again. So it just brings your attention to this whole part here, rather than if she was like this, you'd really only be focusing on her face. This, you get the hands and the face. Yeah, great pre-chorus into the chorus here, really bringing up the intensity of those movements, these big arm motions. All the way out to the side, then the big windmill, and involving the lower body as well. This is something Dreamcatcher does very well throughout all of their choreos, is they involve the lower body a lot too in all of the shapes and the angles that they create, which is something that can get neglected a lot, just like you're just kind of like stepping or walking everywhere. They make sure that they are like really kicking up those feet and getting them in a way where it's changing the silhouette of their body. Like when they're facing you on a side profile, kicking that foot up, it changes the silhouette, the shadow that you see. If you're in the last row, you're still gonna see that change in their silhouette there. And see, again, they hit that nice straight leg pose, little like kind of triangle angle moment there. and then having that foot in front, and then slicing out to the side. So both things, both the arm and the leg out to this side, and then dramatic slice, they're both on the other side now. We always talk about the choreo pie. Divide up the space around you into 8 slices. You want to make sure you're using all of them and you're not stuck in any one slice for too long. They just used so many of them right here. And the more of them you use in like a short amount of time, the more dramatic that choreo is going to be, which is what it needs to do as that instrumental really picks up and leads us into the chorus. Oh, I love this moment here. Like, slow, bring it up. Like this, there's like, it's not a ton happening here. So it kind of, like, it just slows it down for a second. But then they come, like, okay, I need to gather my thoughts. But they're in this straight line, straight body position, feet together. The arms are coming forward. And they're straight. So like we have a very small profile of the body. They're just straight up and down here. Slowly bring it up and then hit this pose and snap it in. That just brings so much extra impact from the slower movement into that sharp pop, but then also from that straight line, that small profile, then coming into this position. This is like, I always say this is like a power position. There's just something about those sharp big angles coming right outside your face. It draws a lot of the attention to the upper body and to the face. And then it also forces you to have that shoulders back posture, which screams confidence. It screams power. And then boom, they snap it in. They really get into that chest pop there too. Boom. And it's fierce. Using the whole stage there, really like that. Moving all the way to the side and perfect synchronization, everyone moving the same distance. Look at their feet, like every step is happening at exactly the same time. Boom, hit that out to the side. Again, really nice with those angles they're creating with their bodies, those silhouettes. That full extension. You see all the way through the fingertips. And that's Sua. Of course it is, because her extension's always perfect. I end up talking about this every single time because she's just so good. But you see, like, all the way through the point of her toe, all the way through the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the finger. She lets that movement come all the way through it, doesn't end it too early. They all have really great extension here. But even, like, through her wrist, it's just, like, literally absolute perfection. And then I like this transition to like a little bit slower of a movement, kind of like letting that flow as they extend the formation again. And like Sua is just like walking into formation here because they have to spread out a lot. But I like the way that they do this where everyone's kind of pushing her that way as she moves along with them and as this formation expands. So I think it works really well there. So yeah. Then, sorry, I like spaced out for a second. But like slower movement, extending that formation, and then boom, what? They hit that so hard each time. So it's just that extra emphasis because we came out of a movement that contrasts that. And look at this. Okay, so I'm watching Yuhyun the most here. I think like she does have like that tight fitting outfit, so it shows this off extra. But you can see, like, it's not just the shoulders that they're putting into this movement. It's the hips, the knees. Like, they are putting their whole body into this. See, watch her over here. She shifts her weight. It comes through the knee. It comes through the hip. And it comes through the shoulder. Like, whole body movement. Even though at first it kind of just looks like they're hitting with their shoulder, they are actually using all of their body to really put that full energy into this, which you need for how intense the song is. And then Jiu down here, she's been on the low level a lot in this song, and she works it. Just this transition here, Really nice on that passe, bringing it out. This part is nice here. Like it's like they start with like the slower, flowier movements of the arm, but then they hit like two sharp ones, and then bringing those wrists in and having them like really differentiate which side they're on. That's just really nice touch. Adds a little bit of extra movement, a little bit of extra framing, a little bit of extra sharpness. Another one there where they really like put their whole body into it. You can see it really well with Yuhyun and Handong. Like they really contract over that chest and through that shoulder as they throw the arm forward. I really liked this part here, like as they crouch down, they just add in that extra chest pop. Just a little bit of extra flair. Again, dramatic intro into the chorus by coming down and to the side, heads down, face away from the camera, crouched, and then boom, bring it up, leg kicked straight out. Big silhouette, big lines, arm out to the side. I will say this is like the one part of the choreo that I didn't love, like literally my only critique. But this part, like I just feel like this is not matching the energy of the song. Like it's not a very sharp movement. It's not a very fast movement. It just felt a little bit lower energy than what the song is calling for there. Because it's just like you see how hard they're able to like hit each of these moves beforehand. Like they can put more of their body into it. Even if it's a slower movement, they are just able to give more. But then as they go into this movement and it's just arms, like they're not really able to do much like with the head or with the shoulders. It's just like back and forth. And it just like feels like a little bit disconnected. But see, then we come into this and that hits. You know, I love some good hip pops. Ooh. Like that, fierce. As she flicks, comes through, hits these shoulders. Like even the head turn, it's sharp, it's dramatic. And then as she turns it back with the point, like since she was looking away, it makes the point even more dramatic. And then super sharp on these movements too. Just boom, boom. And then notice here, as she comes down, it's not like her legs just aren't just like pointed forward. She also has them turned in, which just like changes that silhouette a little bit more. Like you notice most of them have this little bit of turn in, except Jiu here, who's has them straight forward. Notice the difference in the impact of what that shape looks like versus this one. It just gives like a different sort of vibe, taking up more space versus taking up a little bit of less space. Yeah, I just always love like when the center member like does something that moves the other members. Like boom, sends those ones down. and then cool, sends everyone else down again. And it's nice, like, because Dami's in the center and she also has to rap during this, her movements are a little bit less, like, she's got less of those level movements because she has to enunciate and, like, do a lot of breathing work to be able to keep rapping. So having the other members take on the brunt of most of the movement, but having her be the center and the controller of it all works really, really well. See, this is really nice too. Like, again, like I was talking about with the knees, like turning them in as she goes from side to side just to like really create that curve with her body here. And then again on the other side. Like that creates a lot more of an impact and a different type of shape than if she just like had her knees in like a normal squat position and just moved her upper body. Involving that lower body, it really does a lot of good work. This is just so great. Like, I love the slight lean back of the head as they come in towards the center. Like, there's this little bit of resistance almost, kind of pushing them away from her. And then the first movement is they bring the arms in and down. And then the next one, down, up, up, increasing the level, increasing the speed each time. And then boom, hit that whip, hit that little hop too, and involve the lower body, really kick that foot all the way up. Just each part of the body hitting a position, and like a big change from where they were at as that instrumental picks up makes for the extra dramatic outro. Work. Like I said, I like how they play with different levels and each of them facing a different direction and different positions each time. She's really going to work with the hips there. And then the final head throw back with that dramatic last beat. And then slowly look back down at you again, ready to kill with their stare. It's perfect. Yeah. Another great one from Dreamcatcher always is, like I said, it's not maybe like it wasn't like my top song, but the choreo made me like it better. So that's always a good thing. And next week, we get to discover some more songs. I'm really excited for next week because ever since I started my Dreamcatcher journey, my friend has been begging me to listen to Wonderland. I'm like, no, I gotta wait. You gotta wait. She has been begging me to listen to it. So I have very high expectations for that song. I'm so excited to finally get to it. And make sure to let me know what other special videos there are for any of the B-sides in those two albums. And we will get to them all next time. I'm so excited. This is gonna be our first Dreamcatcher listening party, actually, since all of the albums we've done so far have just been like a title track and then one or two B-sides that we've just kind of done along with it. But this is this will be our first dedicated listening party with a lot of B-sides. So I'm really gonna get to grow my playlist this time. This is big. This is big, guys. This is big. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure to smash like. Comment down below all your thoughts. Patreon is also linked down below. We got tons of Dreamcatcher content over there. We do a lot of their performances and covers over there. We've been doing a lot of their variety, Dreamcatcher's Notes, Fact and Star, stuff like that. And you can always vote for even more Dreamcatcher content over there. So check that out. All proceeds from new and upgraded subscriptions for this month will be going to the Ron Nasty Foundation, supporting St. Jude's Children's Cancer Hospital, as well as supporting youth gymnastics development. So goes to a good cause, you get good Dreamcatcher content, and everyone's happy. Everyone wins. And like I said, if you want to catch any more from my deep dive that you might have missed so far, that's all in the Dreamcatcher Reactions playlist over on the playlist tabs of my channel. And I think that's it for the outro. I'll see you guys next time.